Hi everybody, it's Ledgardo Lacson, also known as Chino and Ardy. Wow, I can't believe that happened on Monday. Stan Lee passed away. I mean, Stan Lee is the man. He is the man of Marvel, you know. I don't know, I mean, it's just unbelievable. I mean, a man that great to bring us heroes like them, you know. Like, I'm a big Punisher fan. That's how... I mean, here's some more Marvel things that I enjoy. I mean, I love the U.S. Agent, you know, John Walker, and Captain America. I know he didn't create Captain America, but there's a lot of characters that he personally created, like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Incredible Hulk. You know, there's so many. I mean, right now, I believe Ivy Brad will be taking over, something like that. But Disney's handling, you know, the what do you call Marvel franchise so far. I'm a big Marvel fan when it comes to I mean, I remember the first time I ever heard of Stan Lee is when I was watching 1989 cartoon of ROBOCOP, and then later on Sunday morning I used to watch Iron Man and the Fantastic Four cartoons, which I have on the CD-ROM comic books, and it has his intros and everything. And that's when I got introduced to Iron Man. Like, hey, a superhero with a beard and a goatee, you know, like this is one of the rare PC games I have of him. And then yeah, you know, thinking about, you know, his death, you know, I still remember how he had mentioned a lot of things, like when Stacy was actually rendered from his wife, and then he was surprised, like, oh, we have to kill off the dad, and then we have to kill off her. And I have some Iron Man stuff right here. Of course, Green Lantern, Ryan Reynolds, of his spoof towards a lot of, I mean, these are things I want him to sign too. Like the very first Deadpool toy is right here. Very first Carnage toy ever made by Toy Biz. These are by Toy Biz. And I remember how I got introduced more into comics was because I'm a big RoboCop fan. Is when I saw RoboCop comic books, and they were published by Marvel. And I remember just seeing the cartoon. I was like, wait a minute. Why is it Marvel, you know? And here it is, issue number 1, RoboCop. RoboCop by, you know, Marvel Comics. Yeah, RoboCop was in the Marvel Universe. I got a bunch of these in my storage right here, as you can see there. Yeah, it's complete. They even made the Marvel movie adaptation. And then RoboCop 2 until the third film made it to the... it moved on to, what's that called? Dark Horse Comics, which I actually enjoy reading. Then the Dynamite comics and... oh, the Frank Miller, but yeah, look, all these are RoboCop Marvel, and I thank Stan Lee for, you know, if it wasn't for you know, his brand Marvel, there wouldn't be you know, the RoboCop comics, because this is actually one of his first time debuts. And yeah, man, like Stan Lee passed away. Oh, what's gonna go happen now? I mean, Spider-Man, he won't be able to go to the premiere, you know. Man, the premiere of the Spider-Verse. I want to know more about the Miles Morales story, because he is the first African-American and Latino-based. Well, he's actually the second Latino Spider-Man, because the very first one was the 2099 Miguel O'Hara. Then, and now we got this universe, and it's gonna be incredible to see that film. And I don't know how Disney's gonna take the rights for the new X-Men movies. So far, X-Men is going for the new X-Men Phoenix. I can't believe that's actually coming out already. And what's going on with that horror X-Men movie coming up? And will he has any cameo on those? I hope he had done cameos already. Digging on to my Starlog mags. There's a lot I gotta dig into these files. And let's see. These are my Dark Horse. I gotta. Man, digging in, it's hard to... These are barrels from the RoboCop gun, from the Auto 9. But, just to mention, the most favorite character I enjoy from, you know, Stan Lee's Marvels and stuff was actually, you know, like the Punisher. Of course, the Punisher was created by another guy. And I remember my first time ever seeing a glimpse of a regular vigilante as a superhero. Well, not superhero, just a vigilante, but he's in the same world. And I was like, hey, he's from the Spider-Man. And then after that, I was watching the Spider-Man animated series on Fox. And then, hey, there's that skull again, because I saw that skull. It's just really iconic. And even watching the Mojo World of X-Men, Punisher had a short cameo. and now Punisher is really iconic. And I was watching I do have a director's cut of the 1989 Punisher movie with Dolph Lundgren, and that was actually a decent copy. They even have the work print, which doesn't seem like a Punisher film at all without the skull. But these are one of those rare things that I, Amazing Fantasies issue the Spider-Man's first appearance, and Spider-Man toys, Peter Parker action figure, and yeah, and when I look at one of the Avengers West Coast, Captain America basically was wearing this suit, and then later on he met Paul Walker, who is the super patriot, later on known as the U.S. agent, wearing the retired suit. Basically, Captain America wore this suit first, then he ended up wearing it later on, and then John Walker, who is an inch taller than Steve Rogers, and I hope he'll be appearing in the MCU universe. And let's see, does Judge Dredd, an anti-hero. For the MCU universe, I had mentioned about ROBOCOP, of course. If it wasn't for the ROBOCOP film, it wouldn't be the MCU in a way, because it has a lot of influence from that film to make the Iron Man film, which is directed by Jon Favreau and starring Robert Downey Jr. And just thinking about Stan Lee, like, he's 95 years old. I've actually seen him in the conventions, but I couldn't have the patience to wait in line over there in Comic-Con in San Diego around July. It was, I think, about 7 years ago. It would have been worth it. I would have made him sign my Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man comic book. That would have been perfect. I wouldn't sell it. It would be just right there on my wall. Yeah, it's hard to believe. I feel like it's just like killing off RoboCop. I mean, it would be like that bad. Looking at a cover like that. That came from Marvel as well. And yeah, even the death of Lewis, which already happened under the same writ before Frank Miller had written To Kill Her Off. Well, I don't know, I think it was actually Fred Deckard, but yeah, because I was thinking about Marvel. Marvel really made RoboCop into a role model to children. Like with these. Well, this is by Marvel. These are the VHSs. The 1989. That was actually only released 3 of them, but there's more than 1 episodes because yeah. And other things about Marvel that I grew up. Oh, I dropped them. I mean, I remember the Fantastic Four cartoons. This is one of the original cassettes. And I dropped these RoboCop VHSs. And they do have crossovers, like Spider-Man meeting Superman and all that. I remember in 1993 there was the introduction to DC versus Marvel, like who would win. And if it was Punisher fighting against one of the DC characters, they had Deathstroke, which is armored. Oh, they were perfect for each other, basically. Let me see, and that was actually before Deadpool too. And let's see, just thinking about all these video games. I remember growing up when I was really into Mortal Kombat. Because I'm over here in America. Most people overseas that I like from the Philippines don't even know about Mortal Kombat. I used to watch the commercial, Mortal Kombat 2, just to watch it. But after the commercial, they show Maximum Carnage. And yeah, I mean, what's this gonna be like without Stan Lee? It's just like, well, I was not really into Apple products or Macintosh, basically. And it's like looking at Steve Jobs passing away, and look what happened to Apple products. How is the MCU gonna be run now? It's gonna be so Disney, But we still have Ivy Brad. Ivy Brad is always on his side, always the producer of any film that was released. There's a lot of things. I mean, Marvel is everywhere now. You can, there's nothing. Like I have the comics, but now I don't know if people actually still read these comics. Like the 2099 series is one of the rares, and the new. Looking at the new Spider-Verse film, I'm surprised they wouldn't even have Spider-Man 2099. But they have Spider-Man Noir. if you guys ever played the Shattered Dimensions. But yeah, I mean, I brought a lot about RoboCop in my channel, but barely about Marvel. It took Marvel to make RoboCop a household name, and yeah, it's just sad that he's gone now. What's going to happen? Like, he passed away, and I do have that DVD box set when the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man came out, and that was very incredible. Thinking about what he had said about, like, there was a Fantastic Four movie that was never released. Captain America, the Albert Pignon, that was a great film to me. I actually enjoyed that film. There's a lot. The Shout Factory DVD came out. You can actually watch it on YouTube. I recommend watching that film. There was a lot of things that happened. There was also James Cameron version of Spider-Man. That's a rare. They took influences like the organic web, which was implemented. There was a lot of reshoots that they done, but yeah. But all I can say is, God bless you, and God bless you, Stan Lee. You are the legend. After Bob Kane passed away, who created Batman, I know you're gonna have you're in paradise now. So I don't know which road you'll be in, but I still remember that episode of Spider-Man where you have the biggest finale cameo with Madam Web. That was one of the best. And yeah, Stan Lee is the legend, with great cameos in the Marvel MCU franchise and certain X-Men franchise too. And yeah, I hope Marvel right now will be moving forward to a better MCU storyline. Like right now, the new Captain Marvel film is coming out. I'm surprised they went straight to the third generation, not Marvel, because I remember Captain Marvel was originally black. But yeah, it's. There was also the Phantom, but that was, I don't know if you heard of them, the purple superhero. Some issues were published by Marvel, then later on by DC, and now yeah. When I look at the name Marvel, I look at them as a publication, but the man who created like Spider-Man, who created Hulk, who created like so many other superheroes, like Fantastic Four. If there wasn't them, there wouldn't be the Incredibles or other heroes. But yeah, Radioactive Spider. It's very different, different thing. Showing a teenager being responsible to be a man when he's still a teenager, doing responsibility as a hero. That's rare for a Spider-Man film. But I thank you guys for watching. This is just my video blog about his death and what I always think about. Like the first time I was introduced to the Punisher. It just took 2 quarters that I was trying to get a sticker, and it came out with the Punisher sticker, and it was hologramic, and then it showed him with a skull, and that's how I got really into Marvel, because I found out the Punisher was connected with Spider-Man later on, and this is when I was 12 years old, and the reason why I had Marvel comic books because of the RoboCop comic books, and I moved on to Dark Horse later on, and then I was just more into heroes that are not really superheroes, they're just heroes. Like RoboCop is a hero, Punisher is just a hero, he's not supernatural. So I hope the best for the future superhero movies, And so far, my condolences to Stan Lee and his family, And I thank you guys for watching. This is how I feel about his death so far. Surprised it's not like a big thing that's going on YouTube. They gotta announce it, It has to be really announced. Just like what happened to George Romero, the man who created zombies. Well, his version of zombies, because when I think about zombies, I think about voodoo. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see where the MCU will go on, or Marvel Comics and Marvel Knights, what I used to read, or all these other Marvel publications. Thank you for watching.